Hi guys, my name is Zin and this is Maybe Bonsai. Today I'm in the front yard because it's too hot today and the backyard is full of sun. I can't take that much sun. I might pass out because it's just way too hot. So I set up this little station here in the front yard and hopefully it will be okay. I'm going to kind of repot this ficus. This ficus is I think it's a bunch of cuttings that I bought from a just a local nursery. They were really like a pencil thin, or even like this size, like this thin before, about almost a year ago. And I planted in this colander in here as a group, and I wanted this to fuse into a clump style, which it has kind of grown together. I just wired this recently in the last couple of days just to kind of push the trunks outwards. I think it was too close before, and I had a wire like this before, but I took it off, I don't know, like a few months ago, because I thought I don't need it anymore, and you know, it would kind of fuse anyway. But I noticed that the trunks are kind of pushing each other out without the wire at the bottom here to tie everything together. So if it's pushing everything out, then it wouldn't fuse that quickly, I would think. So I reapplied it today, and I think applying that wire will also help me with this repot so that it doesn't come apart. So hopefully it's not too noisy in the front. We'll get this repot started. Okay, so I'm going to take this out of the pot. I'm expecting a lot of just really bad roots, because I have another ficus that's in this colander type container, and the roots were really bulbous. It was kind of all over the place, and this one has 5 trees, you know, with one of them really small. So I think the roots are going to be even more of a mess, and I feel the need to repot it, just at least one, to check on the roots to see how bad it is, and 2, to probably get rid of a lot of, you know, bigger bulbous roots. So I'm expecting the worst. Hopefully it'll be better than the worst. So I'll rake the soil from the front a bit, from the top, and we'll see what it looks like. There are a lot of surface roots, especially since I put this there. They grow pretty fast. I'm already seeing a very large root in here. I think I have to take this out of the pot to really get to the bottom. But first I'm getting my spray bottle just to keep everything moist. Okay, well, there's big roots over here, and I think I need to tie this even more so that it's not slipping off. So I'm going to rake away and see what we end up with. There's one big root right there, which we'll see soon. There's another one here. I will try to reuse as much of the soil as I can, mainly because I don't have readily mixed soil. I kind of run out of perlite. feels quite loose actually, it comes off very easily. Which is good. Tell which tree it is, but they're eventually going to be all one tree, so there's lots of wind, so I'm just trying to keep the roots wet. There's lots of root fibers in the soil. I think I can still reuse it, but you know, I'm trying to get rid of as many of the small fibers as I can. So right there, this thing is going straight down, which I'll remove. There's some cricket roots. So let's get rid of the most obvious first. So this thing here is turning. I will cut it right before the turn. Shift that over. I think that's a nice green cut because there's no music. There's this one here that's curving in. Take that off. And then this is a side shoot coming from the main root, which I don't want because it's going into a opposite direction. Let's see if we can sit down here. So right here, this one is turning. I just cut it where it turns. And then this root that's facing down. There's another one that turns down. We'll remove this one. So hopefully these roots that faces straight down isn't a tree that's just got one main root, which I don't think that's the case. So I think it's safe to get rid of these. There's a really thick one here. I'm sure it's coming from one of the main trees, but it is just too big. I can't really see where it's coming from. It's like, I think it's this tree over here. Let's see if I can. I have to cut it. It's kind of going downwards as well. So I'll cut it over here for now. There it goes. Yeah, there's lots of bad roots here. Okay. So I'm gonna rake away and see what we end up with. There's one big root right there, which we'll see soon. There's another one here. I will try to reuse as much of the soil as I can, mainly because I don't have readily mixed soil. I kind of ran out of perlite. So the soil is quite loose actually, it comes off very easily. Which is good. Right there, this thing is going straight down, which I'll remove. There's some cricket roots. So let's get rid of the most obvious first. Rake out a bit more. So this thing here is turning. I will cut it right before the turn. Ice cream truck because there's no music. There's this one here that's curving in. Take that off. And then this is a side shoot coming from the main root, which I don't want because it's going into a opposite direction. Let's see if we can sit down here. So right here, this one is turning. I just cut it where it turns. And then this root that's facing down. There's another one that turns down. We'll remove this one. So hopefully these roots that faces straight down isn't a tree that's just got one main root, which I don't think that's the case, so I think it's safe to get rid of these. And then there's a really thick one here. I'm sure it's coming from one of the main trees, but it is just can't really see where it's coming from. It's like, I think it's this tree over here. Let's see if I can. I have to cut it. It's kind of going downwards as well. So I'll cut it over here for now. There it goes. Yeah, there's lots of bad roots here. It's a bit difficult with the wires in as well. So this one is going down. Get rid of that. I'm also taking out the long roots. This one's kind of going the wrong way. I'll try to get rid of this little. Okay, so as far as the bottom is concerned, I think it's good. So we'll look at the top. So right away I see this one. I think this one I can, it's the wire, if I can just put it on this side of the wire and I could just keep it in there. It's coming from this tree here. I won't make it shorter though. This guy, I think I need to take it back even more. This root is kind of coming from the inside here and it's going underneath the wire. Oh, it's coming from this tree. I see it. It's a bit high anyway, so I'll get rid of that. So another problem with this is that the roots are not on the same plane. There's one that's coming from the top much higher, there's one coming from the bottom. And there's really not a uniform root plane. The worst part is I'm not sure if there's anything I could do about it. I need this to fuse first before I could do anything, I think. because we got multiple trees and they're just all over the place. And if you don't fuse, I can't really, I don't want to take them apart. So I just have to live with the multiple root planes for now. I'm gonna take that off and fix it later. Hopefully it won't be too late. There is a very strong root over here. This is the biggest root that we have. I think it's gotta go. It's just way too big. I'll try to prune it down from the bottom here. Yeah, there it goes. Try to clean this up. So that'll make more room for the thinner, better roots. And then there's another one here, which I think is also too big. It's just getting to the bulbous state. I think if I leave it, it's just gonna become a big block of roots. So I'll try to take this off. There it goes. I think eventually it'll fuse, hopefully, and by the time it does, I think I can just chop this off. Like I could just kind of chop it from here, because there's surface roots up top. You know, maybe one day when that happens, when it fuses, I could do that. But for now, I have to keep this entire thing. Maybe I'll reduce this big one here. Cut these guys a bit short. And just reduce this back a bit. Reduce this back a bit. So I'm just reducing the length right now. Oh. Actually, there's this root coming from here that's not radio and it's not really doing much. There's a branch off of it that's kind of going a good direction. So I'm going to try to take this big one off and see if the other one develops. Kind of clean this stuff up. I'll try to use a knob cutter and maybe make this go back a bit more, maybe flatten it more. We'll see if that works. Well, it is carving it, so. Yeah, this bottom is just a big piece of root. There's another big one here. I just don't know what to do with these. I guess I'll take that back a little bit. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to stick to what I have now and then pot it up and just see what happens. It's not too bad. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. I thought it would need a lot of bulbous roots, but I mean there were few, but not too bad. So I'll put this back in the pot and use the same soil. Hopefully that'll be okay. I mean it's the same tree, so I don't expect anything wrong with the soil. I just try to get rid of some of these fibrous roots in the soil. And this soil is less than a year old, so I don't see any reason that I need to change it. I'm not really worried about the front of the tree. It's a round pot, first of all. Plus, this is in early development. It doesn't really matter what the front is. I'm not doing any pruning. Well, actually, I might do some pruning, but it's not gonna matter at this stage which way is the front. Okay, so I'm going to get a chopstick and work it in a bit more. I am mainly jabbing it towards the center because I know there's no roots on the sides since I cut them off. So it makes this job a little bit shorter than normal. I actually think this might be a bit too low in the pot. And you'll notice the roots probably will be shown on the surface, and that's fine. That's the way it was before, because I have the covering. So the cocoa disc will be on top, and everything underneath just grows like it's under soil. So just like that. I'm going to water this afterwards. I think this is fine, looks fine. It's pretty solid, shouldn't fall over. I will put some rocks on top just to make sure that it doesn't fall over, because the roots are not, they're not established anymore. I think the tree can use a little bit of pruning. So it has been growing all summer. I have never pruned it. I think this is a good time, I guess. So let's see. I'll take this off. I'm going to take it down. There's a little bit of a leaf coming out at the end there. So just a rough prune. So my general goal is to have movement at the top and have the tree move outwards away from the center for the branches. And this branch comes to mind that's actually going into the tree, so I'm going to take that off altogether. These guys. Prune up here. I think there's a branch right here which points to that side. These lower branches, I'm just looking for a outward pointing leaf or a branch. So this one is going into that tree, this branch here. But I do have a leaf going this way, so I'm going to take the top off, and hopefully there's a branch that can go that way. Here I'm just looking for a rough profile prune. Go back to the first leaf. This one's going outwards, so I'm going to cut everything off. This is an indoor leaf that's really big. I'm just going to take it off. Looks really odd. Same as these. This one I'll take it up to the big leaf here. Actually no, I'll take it to here. Hopefully for this one to go. And that'll go this way. Half burned leaf, don't want that. There's a branch here going towards that side. Not the best branch. So I'll leave it, I'll cut it to this leaf here. I think if it develops, it might either it goes up or maybe go to the side. If it goes up, I can always try to wire it this way. I'm trying not to wire as much as I can. So this one, I will take it back here. So there's a leaf That's the first branch there. I would like that to come out this way. Here I'll leave that small branch. So this is the one that I want. The branch coming out of this. I'm not sure if you can see, but I'll move it closer. So that's the one I want. So I'm going to take it off right there. This. Take it out there. Hopefully for that branch to go. I think I went around all the way. This lower branch over there. And then this is the lowest branch, which I think is too low. I'm just going to remove this branch altogether. This one down here. It's way too low anyway. Just a tiny branch going inwards. Get rid of that. And then here, I'm going to cut it here, so hopefully this outward branch can, outward leaf can develop a bud. Just take these big leaves off. There. Let's give it a bit more. It's a bit too congested in here. I'm going to try to pull this more out. Not budging. Well, it came out a bit more than before, I guess. So I got some sap on my hands, and from other videos I've learned the sap is not really good for you, so I'm going to make sure I wash my hands afterwards. So I think that's fine for now. I'll put this back on the bench, I'm going to water it, and hopefully it's going to grow and it's going to fuse over the entire winter. And I'm just hoping it fuses soon so I can prune it better, do a better job with the roots. So okay, so that's it for this tree. I'm going to show you, since we're in the front yard, I'll show you some of the air layers that we did in mid-July, on that tree that's basically 100% success on air layers. Okay, so we'll do that. So here's that tree, the Japanese maple. If you remember, I did all three of these back mid-July. Right now we are coming to the end of August, so it's been about 6 weeks or less. And all three of these, I checked, they're all rooted, very vigorous. See if we can find something here. So right there you see the roots. I just watered these yesterday, that's why they're all wet. So that's one. And there's all these bugs in there always. So you can see this one has rooted as well. There's lots of roots coming. They're actually brown already, so it's ready to come off. And we'll look at the last one. No insects. So there you go. So they all rooted. This tree is just it's so strong. It roots really fast from air layers and grows really well. So I think a bit of a luck on air layer, but also I think the tree being strong is very important, because this one just never failed. Like this year, I did 4, I think. This is the 4, yeah, 4 air layers on this one tree, and they all rooted quite quick. So I think part of it is that you have to choose a very strong tree to do the air layer, which will help you with the success rate. Actually, no, I did 5 air layers. The one up top and the one I cut in the backyard. That's right. So Jay Madwar, I think, if you're watching, one of these is ready to pick up for you. You can pick whichever one you want. It doesn't matter to me. Just give me an email and we'll arrange a pickup time. So there you go. Successful air layers off this one tree. So next year I'll be doing more. I'll probably in the back branch there, because the front, I think after these 3 are taken off, we won't have too much left. But it grows quite fast, so it'll produce more. So hopefully the front yard wasn't too bad today. I don't know how noisy it is. I didn't notice any cars. I'm just too focused on the whole repot. Hopefully it's okay. So thanks for watching, guys. See you guys next time.